Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get right to the heart of the most compelling stories out there.
Yeah, digging into what really matters.
Exactly. And today, we're taking a deep dive into Harlan Coben's Fool Me Once.
A fantastic choice. Real page-turner.
Right. Our mission today is pretty straightforward. Unpack the key elements of this bestseller. You know, the story, the characters, the big questions it raises. We'll also touch on the Netflix show, all based on the source material we've got.
Sounds good. And it starts with such a killer hook.
Oh, absolutely. Just imagine this. You're a recent widow. Your husband's just been brutally murdered. You're grieving, obviously.
Right.
You install a nanny cam for your kid.
Standard stuff these days.
Totally. And then you see him, your dead husband, on the footage, alive, playing with your daughter.
It's that unthinkable moment, isn't it? Just instantly grabs you.
It really does. That's the moment that kicks off this absolutely harrowing journey in Fool Me Once.
Yeah, that moment is, well, it's a real gut punch. Tells you right away this isn't your average mystery. But maybe before we dive into Maya's whole situation, we should frame the book itself for anyone who might be new to Coben.
Good idea. Okay, so the book is Fool Me Once, author Harlan Coben. Genre-wise, we're talking psychological thriller, domestic suspense.
Classic Coben territory.
Definitely. It came out March 2016 from Dutton Books. About 400 pages, give or take.
Yeah.
And like we mentioned, there's the 2024 Netflix show, too, starring Michelle Keegan. Brings it all to life visually.
Yeah, the adaptation is interesting, but the book, what Coben does so well right from the start is pull you in. It's all first-person, single point of view. You're right inside Maya Stern's head.
And that perspective is so crucial, isn't it? Because you experience every single twist, every doubt, through her eyes, through her kind of increasingly fractured view of reality.
Exactly. It makes it intensely personal.
So the basic plot, trying to keep it spoiler-free for now, Maya Stern, she's an ex-special ops helicopter pilot, tough background, and she's coping, or trying to cope, with her husband Joe Burkett's murder. She's dealing with trauma, PTSD, paranoia. It's a lot.
Understandably.
Then she sees that nanny cam footage. Joe, alive, playing with their daughter. And boom, it's not just a mystery about his death anymore.
No, it plunges her into this whole maze. Family secrets, her own military guilt coming back, psychological trauma, deception. It connects her past and present in this really complex way.
Yeah, the line between what's real paranoia and what's actually happening just gets blurrier and blurrier.
And as she digs, you realize the truth might be way more dangerous, honestly, more psychologically damaging than whatever lies she's been living with. It's such a great setup for the characters.
Okay, let's get into them. Maya Stern, she's the center of it all. But she's not exactly easy to categorize, is she?
No, not at all. Like you said, ex-soldier. So she's strong, stoic on the surface, but underneath, deeply fractured emotionally.
Right. The combat trauma, the survivor's guilt.
That's it.
It's heavy.
It really is. And it fundamentally messes with her ability to trust anyone. And you're right, she's not always likable in that sort of traditional hero sense. She can be cold, distant.
Maybe even abrasive sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what makes her feel so real, so powerful. She's kind of this embodiment of what happens when your life, your training, conditions you to expect betrayal on the battlefield.
And then tragically, at home, too.
Precisely. At home, her mental state isn't just flavor, it's central to the whole puzzle.
Then there's Joe Burkett, the dead husband who maybe isn't. He's the catalyst?
The ghost at the feast, yeah.
Yeah.
His death kicks things off, but him potentially being alive means Maya's chasing something much bigger than just who killed him. She's chasing, well, the truth about him, the man she married.
And he's described as, what, charismatic, wealthy, part of the big political dynasty.
The Burkett family. And that brings us to them. They are this whole web of power and secrets.
Powerful, connected, seem untouchable.
Very much so. Judith Burkett, Joe's mother, she's especially formidable. Cold, calculating, fiercely protective. Reminds you of those powerful matriarchs in other thrillers.
Yeah, you don't want to cross her.
Definitely not. And even Caroline, Joe's sister, who seems like just a grieving mother, she's got her own secrets buried away too. Adds another layer.
And it's not just that they're rich. Coben really shows how their wealth acts like this. Shield. It bends things, twists perceptions, affects the legal side, the social side.
Absolutely. It's a critique, isn't it, of how privilege doesn't just buy stuff, it can almost buy a different reality, a commentary on class and how the system isn't always equal. Makes you wonder, how much justice money can actually obstruct.
It's chilling. So beyond the what, let's talk about the how.
How?
How Coben tells the story. Because that's a big part of why it works so well.
Oh, completely. His style is just perfect for this. That tight first-person view, like you said. You're trapped in Maya's head, feeling her disorientation.
And the chapters are so short, sharp. They often end on these little cliffhangers or reveals that just make you have to read the next one.
Exactly. Compulsive reading. I found myself doing the same thing, just racing through them. It mimics her frantic search.
Yeah. And the way he weaves in the flashbacks through her PTSD, her nightmares, it blends the past and present so seamlessly.
It does, and that structure just cranks up the tension because every clue Maya finds doesn't just move the plot forward, it messes with her head even more. It adds to her internal instability.
And what's really clever, I think, is that there isn't one obvious bad guy right from the start.
Right, that lack of a clear villain creates this intense moral ambiguity. You're constantly guessing, reevaluating who might be involved, who to trust. Just like Maya. Makes the psychological tension almost unbearable sometimes.
Okay, so let's really dive deep now. Themes, motifs. What's at the core of Fool Me Once? First one's got to be truth versus reality, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's Coben's big playground here. There's that quote, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't after you. It sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, the book constantly makes you, the reader, question what's real, just like Maya's doing. And the nanny cam itself, it becomes this symbol, doesn't it? What are we really seeing versus what our grief or fear makes us want to see?
Spot on. And building right on that is the theme of Maya's war trauma and PTSD. It's not just backstory, it's the filter through everything she sees.
Her hypervigilance, the flashbacks, the guilt.
Exactly. It creates this whole parallel mystery inside her. Is she uncovering a real conspiracy? Or is her mind playing tricks on her? Is she falling apart?
That uncertainty is key. It keeps you guessing about her reliability and maybe even your own judgment as a reader.
And we touched on it with the Burketts, but that theme of wealth, power, corruption, it's huge. They aren't just rich. They represent how money can warp justice.
Yeah, the book really pulls back the curtain on the legal system, on the kind of impunity that extreme privilege can provide. It keeps asking that question. If Joe is alive, why? What secrets are his powerful family hiding that are worth all this?
It's a driving question. And finally, there's just the raw emotional core of grief and guilt. A lot of Maya's journey really isn't just about solving a crime. It's about her coming to terms with who Joe was.
Reconciling the husband she thought she knew.
With who he might actually have been. That emotional roller coaster is just as gripping, maybe even more devastating, than the thriller plot itself. You get really invested in her personal struggle.
Definitely. And keeping us glued to the page are those literary devices Coben uses so well. The foreshadowing. Little details dropped early on about Maya's past.
Yeah, things you barely notice.
That suddenly become critical later. Hindsight hits you hard. And the red herrings? Oh, man.
Classic Coben. You suspect absolutely everyone at some point. He keeps you completely off balance.
Gloriously off balance, yeah.
Yeah.
And the symbolism, too. The nanny cam representing her loss of control, maybe. Surveillance as a whole symbolizing power.
Yeah, potent stuff. And while Maya isn't technically an unreliable narrator in the classic, lying to you sense, PTSD and guilt definitely make her perception unsteady. And that just ramps up the tension even more. Keeps you guessing.
So we're nearing the end of our deep dive here, kind of like Maya hurtling towards her truth. Let's talk about the ending. No spoilers, obviously. You absolutely have to read it.
Absolutely. Don't spoil this one for yourself.
But how would you characterize it? I found it morally complex, emotionally shattering almost.
That's a good way to put it. It's not about a simple win or a loss. It's all about truth and consequences. Maya makes this final choice. It feels both totally inevitable in hindsight and yet still shocking when it happens.
Yeah. It's been called one of Coben's most haunting conclusions. Not just for the reveal itself.
No, it's more about what it leaves behind, the feeling it leaves you with. It really sticks with you long after you finish the book.
And quickly on the Netflix show, the 2024 adaptation.
Right. It does make some changes, which adaptations always do. But crucially, it keeps that emotional core, that intensity, and the big central twist. It's fast, it looks good, and it captures that theme of blurred reality pretty faithfully. Good companion piece. Maybe watch it after you read the book.
Good advice. So, final verdict. We're giving it a solid 4.7 out of 5.
Yeah, highly recommended. If you liked things like Gone Girl, The Wife Between Us, The Silent Patient,
or just enjoy those military psychological thrillers or fast-paced stories with real emotional depth.
This is definitely one for you. It will keep you guessing right until the very, very end.
So, wrapping up, Fool Me Once is more than just a thriller. It's a really sharp look at truth, trauma, power.
And like we said, that ending, it's haunting because of what it leaves behind. It really forces you to think about truth and consequences.
Which leads us to our final thought for you, the listener. What truths, maybe uncomfortable ones, might you uncover in your own life that could reshape your reality? What blurred lines in this story resonated with you?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.